progress.
Yeah, no, they added that voice like several months ago. Like it used to just like be the little red light that pops up, but now we got like a robot lady who tells me I'm recording, and it kind of throws you off every single time.
Because they gotta let us know. Because if I was not to know you were recording, I could honestly sue you.
Yeah, no, it does seem like it's like a precaution for
It is a precaution,
like maybe it has to do with like telephone recording laws, like in certain states you have to say you're recording a phone call, but in other states you don't have to, and maybe this qualifies as a phone call recording.
Technically it is.
It's
like an online phone recording.
Yeah, no, maybe I should go to like law school or something. That'd be fun.
Law school's cool, dude. I went there for like 47 years. Real, dude.
probably beats journalism school. It's probably a smarter bunch in there. Anyway. My name is Aaron Rhodes, and you're listening to the Shuttlecock podcast. We're sponsored by the Vinyl Underground at Seventh Heaven, offering new and used vinyl at 76 and Choose from Kansas City, Missouri, USA. Today on the show, we have Doomsday. How are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome. So for anyone who's not watching and who's just listening, could you each introduce yourselves and say what you do in the band?
So I'm Brenden. I do pretty much like everything, but like I have them help me, but like I play all the instruments and record all the stuff and do all the graphic design and all that. And yeah.
I'm Reedon Ogden. I play the drums.
I'm Sydney. I play the bass.
And usually we have Brody with us who plays guitar and does a bunch of other stuff. He's in Branson because he wanted to make plans and not tell us until last second.
Freaking Branson Brody over here. Well, I hope he's having fun at I assume Silver Dollar City's not open right now. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably catching some like country music review show or something, or the Ripley's Museum. That's kind of fun. Like, if you're like 12, I guess.
That's what he's doing right now.
He's like, whoa, the mirror makes it look like I'm like really tall. That's crazy.
It's warping.
shout out to Brody. But yeah, so Brenden, you are the kind of primary songwriter, and did Doomsday kind of start as like a solo recording project?
Yeah, it just started with me like recording all the instruments, and then eventually I met these guys and became a band.
Yeah, and you've been doing Doomsday since 2018?
Yeah, that's when I started it.
No, yeah, so I guess before we get any further, I wanted to know like what part of town all you guys are from.
I'm from Parkville.
I live pretty close to Brenden. I live in Kansas City, but yeah.
I live on Broadway Boulevard, downtown Kansas City.
Hell yeah, we love Broadway.
So we in the Kansas City area. Brody lives like 5 minutes away from me, so he's in the same vicinity.
Nice. Parkville's best young rock band.
Yes, that's what we are called. That's what they call us actually every time and every show.
Just since right now.
Since right now, we're Parkville's best rock band.
Oh, you might have the Lotus Pool crew to challenge you on that. I don't know if you're familiar with Chris Scarabaldi and all his bands. He stays out in Parkville. He's I don't know if the bands on his label are from there, but he stays there. And you should, if you like some like loud, cool 90s Midwest rock, you should explore the Lotus Pool Records catalog. I'm not saying this because he advertises in my magazine.
It's promoted.
He did not pay me to bring this up. No, yeah. So, Brenden, I guess since you're the kind of primary songwriter, I want to get a little background from you. What were your first like favorite bands and like your first kind of like experiences with music growing up?
Well, I didn't really get into music. Well, I didn't really like get really into music personally until like I was in 6th grade, and like it was rap that like got me into all kinds of different stuff, but like I definitely say like my favorite bands growing up was like I love Tyler the Creator. I know he's not a band, but like he's an artist, you know.
Yeah.
So I love Tyler. And then I really like the Red Hot Chili Peppers and the Strokes. Like those three bands I listened to like a bunch when I was growing up.
And so when was 2018 when you first started writing music, or were you doing anything before you started Doomsday?
I was the reason. So it's actually funny. So I was in another band. It didn't ever go anywhere, and it's not worth ever looking up. It was called Mind Fuzz, and I was like the guitarist in the band.
I'm
I
gonna
didn't
look
even
it
know how to
up,
play
but
guitar.
yeah,
You're
go
gonna look
ahead.
it up. You know, you go for it, man. You're gonna find some shit. But anyways, yeah, it was a cool name. But the members of that band were being fucky, and they were like, "We don't like what you're writing." And I was like, "Well, I like what I'm writing." So I was like, "I'll just start my own band," and that's how Doomsday started.
Awesome. Well, shout out to the former members of Mind Fuzz. I hope they're
Shout out Mind
all
Fuzz.
prospering and living their best lives.
They're jealous as shit of me.
Yeah, you're on top of the world now. You're fucking.
I'm better than them.
Oh, see this. Okay, this is like, I love, like, obviously we're bullshitting a little, but like I appreciate, maybe it's because you like enjoy a lot of rap music and stuff, but like I appreciate when like a rock band in like 2022 can have like some attitude to it and isn't like
Yeah.
obsessed with being like polite and friendly and like I don't know, just like
Well, yeah,
the
you can
like
yeah.
rock music is like so like sanitized right now, and you have to like, oh, do your little Instagram shout out when your friend releases the thing, even if the music isn't good, or like, yeah, it's just like it's refreshing for
Oh yeah.
for those that keep it real, you know. So
Yeah, we got to keep it real. We're
gotta keep it real.
Doomsday. Come on now, we're Doomsday.
The realest band in Parksville.
The realest
Oh, I
band
said
in
Parksville.
Parkville.
That's...
Parksville, Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, I need to see that new Jackass movie. I heard it's very fun. I saw Eric Andre's in it. Tyler's in it. Yeah, that'll be. And Machine Gun Kelly gets slapped by like a giant hand or something.
Machine Gun Kelly's there. Ah, of course.
Yeah.
Anything in 2022, they gotta throw Machine Gun Kelly.
Come on, he's a wild boy.
Dude, he's influencing the music scene. No.
No, that's his only song that I like, and it's mostly because the Waka Flocka Flame verse on it is fucking sick. That's like
Flocka.
Prime Flocka, if you ask me. But that was like maybe a little post Flockavelli. He was kind of riding off Flockavelli at that point.
I don't know much about
I love me some Flockavelli.
Oh, he's fascinating. I recommend to anyone reading the Spin magazine cover story about Waka Flocka. All the photography from it is great also. And yeah, no, it was just a super in-depth. It's like probably like 2,000-3,000 words at least. It was like, yeah, so anyone should look that up if they yeah. But yeah, so how did the band kind of get assembled after you had this music you'd put together yourself?
Well, so I met Brody through someone I went to school with, because I was having a house show. It was the first like Doomsday show ever, and I was like, I had texted one of my friends, and I was like, I need a drummer or something, and then they introduced me to Brody. And it's funny, he didn't even practice with us until like right before the show, like a week before the show. But beside the point, then I met Sid through Brody, and then I met Reedon through Sid and Brody. So it was just like meeting one person after the other, because they would introduce me to other people.
Yeah, because Sid and Brody are also in Oxford Remedy, so
he is not in Oxford Remedy. It's Brody who's in Oxford Remedy.
No, yeah, I said
you said that? I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, no. So, I guess. I was gonna ask Sid and Brody, but just since we only have Sid here, I guess I wanted to know like what you kind of get out of playing in Doomsday versus like when you're playing in Oxford Remedy. Like, I don't know, like are there different like kind of dynamics and elements of the
very
band that you like.
different.
Yeah.
It's very different. Oxford's definitely like Doomsday has evolved a lot into more like electronic stuff, and we play with like a drum pad live now. So like Oxford does not have that at all. But it's kind of nice because it's like I get to play a little bit with the backing track or like with synths. I don't know. I liked it. The last show that we did that wasn't a house show was at the record bar. And that was really fun. We got to play with the drum pad. It was my first time playing live with the drum pad. It was super fun. Oxford doesn't really have that. It's just like guitar, bass, drums, vocals. Like that's it. And Dude Say kind of adds a little bit more of an element to like performing live, which I haven't had yet before. So
Has it been tough at all to juggle the two bands? Or I guess maybe you can even just like, do you ever like practice like back to back in both of the bands? I don't know, since it's the
we
two
don't
of you.
usually practice back to back, but it lines up pretty well because like if Oxford can't take a show, then it gets like passed on to Doomsday or like vice versa. So that's kind of nice.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, no, had you, like, I guess I only really became aware of you, like I maybe saw Doomsday pop up on Bandcamp, like as because I follow the Kansas City Bandcamp tag pretty closely. I check that like every week. So I'm sure I'd seen like the early releases pop up, but I don't think I'd really been listening and following you guys until during the pandemic. So like when were the first Doomsday shows?
The first one ever was that show where I met Brody, and that was October of 2019. And then like we played a few house shows after that, but like the first like real Doomsday show where it was like at a venue was what was it? I think it was the White Schoolhouse. Yeah, it was the White Schoolhouse in Lawrence, and that was over the summer in like July, I think. So
Yeah, no, you guys were playing like on the back patio.
yeah.
I remember seeing clips from that. I'm like, who is this loud young rock band that look like everybody's kind of jumping around and moshing a little? Like it looked like a really fun gig.
Yeah, it was a super fun show.
And and you guys have also played. What was up?
We always encourage moshing.
Yeah, no, you have to. And so yeah, you mentioned you've played Record Bar as well, and I know you've also played the Greenhouse and Replay.
Yeah.
Are there any other like kind of standout shows besides the Schoolhouse show that you guys have been stoked on?
Wait, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Oh no, just like do you have any other favorite shows that you guys have played besides the Schoolhouse show?
I really liked the Greenhouse show we played because it was like the first show they ever threw, and they asked us to play, and we went into it kind of like, oh, we don't know if this is gonna be good because it was like a new venue and like we didn't know how it was gonna be, but it's actually like really fun and it sounded really cool and cool crowd and all that. So I'd say that was my favorite.
Yeah, who else was that with? LK Ultra and
yeah
who all
and
was
that
on that?
LK, yeah, with LK. Malibu 97 or something, 90, I don't know, some shit. And then who else? I think it starts with an S. I don't know. It's I don't know. It starts with an S though.
Cool. Yeah. No, I had kind of the same experience with the Greenhouse. Like I saw it just pop up on Instagram, I think like last year. And it was like, oh, a DIY house venue in Kansas City. We got some indie rock bands playing there. We got some like garage rock, some punk bands playing there. Except they won't let me book hardcore shows there. They won't let me book metal shows there.
It's too hard for them. It's too much.
I guess they don't want anything to get broken, which I guess I appreciate. But no, I was super surprised and impressed with their setup. Shout out to like Nate and Sylvia and Daisy and everyone. It's cool because like yeah, it's kind of like the basement's a little awkward because it has like all of those posts, and you kind of like the band is kind of surrounded, but it's in like kind of a diamond shape. Like you have people in this corner and then that corner, but like the vibes are great. It's like
vibes are exquisite.
Yeah, no, and like I hadn't met Nate or anyone from the house besides Daisy, who I knew previously, until the first show I booked there with Dendrons last year, and like I don't know, it seems like the house has just like a really cool built-in crowd. Like I guess like it feels like everyone who lives there invites all of their friends to every show that happens there. So like there's automatically like 50 people there, and you're like, oh, this is fucking sick. And yeah, the sound is good, and they have they've been posting about all the new sound and light stuff
Yeah,
they've
they got a
been
bunch of new
installing.
stuff. Yeah, that'll be cool.
They're doing it up real fancy. So shout out to them.
Shout out Greenhouse. We love
Shout
you, Nate.
out to the Greenhouse. So yeah, so on some of like the earlier Doomsday stuff, it's generally kind of like jangly, poppy, indie rock kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then you release the song Dumb Shit that's on the EP from 2020, and that's like fat. It's like double the speed of any other Doomsday song. It's louder, and but that was I think the first album came out in the first full length was May 2020, and then that EP came out or that single or the EP came out in November. So like what happened in those like 6 months right there where you decided you wanted to make it louder and faster?
Okay, so two things. One, I actually called exactly what was going to happen with Doomsday. I said, I was like, we're going to release an indie album, and then we're going to release a punk EP, and then we're going to release like an electronic synthy album. And I didn't know it was actually going to happen, but it all happened like as I said it. But beside the point, I always liked punk music growing up. Like, it wasn't the first music I got into, but like as I started getting into more music, I realized I really liked punk. And I remember I was just like, we made a Newsflash, and I was trying to write songs like Newsflash, but I just couldn't really do it anymore, and I just wasn't interested. And I was like, well, I guess I can just change our sound. And I had this song demo I made from like long ago called Dumb Shit, and I was like, what if we just made a whole like album or EP that sounded like that? And I was like, yeah, that's what I'll do. And then started writing, and eventually wrote the whole EP in like a few months and recorded it. Yeah, we played it live in the early Doomsday shows. We played Dumb Shit, so it was always there, you know.
Yeah, no, it's great. That song and that EP have like very cool like Dookie Nimrod era Green Day vibes, kind of like
everyone
some
says
Brain
everyone
Stew.
always says Nimrod.
No, because yeah, your vocal delivery on Dumb Shit is pretty much Brain Stew, which is like I would be stoked to hear more young bands ripping off Green Day. Like, I have no issue with that.
Rip off the classics.
Yeah, exactly. And then so yeah, the EP was Empty Handed, and you guys actually made like a short like mini documentary of like making the album that you put on YouTube. And I just thought that was really cool, just because like I wish I could watch like every local band or artist I like, you know, just like get some real behind the scenes stuff, like aside from just like an Instagram story in the studio for like 10 seconds. I'm like, that's not really showing
like, that's
me
a little
anything.
it's like teasing, you know. It's like they're teasing us. I gave them the whole thing, the whole pie.
Yeah, it's like, and it shows just like, and like clearly there's always going to be bands that like actually don't give a shit about anything besides the music, and like that's perfectly fine. But like it is also cool to have the bands that like are like, hey, we want to show you what it was like making this, and like we care about this, so we want to document it. And like and you guys were clearly just having a fun time making that album, so it was a fun thing to watch.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good thing. It was a good time to make too. I had fun. That was like when I got into video editing and all that stuff, so that was pretty fun to do.
Who was handling the were you shoot like mostly like deciding like what shots were happening, and like you edited it together?
Yeah, it was pretty much me recording the whole time, or it was like stood up on something because I didn't have a tripod at the time, so I'd like put it on a table.
There's the shot of you FaceTiming your girlfriend
at the time.
Yeah,
at the time, girlfriend.
So sorry. But yeah, no. Okay, so then we have the latest record. We have 3.
Mm-hmm.
I assume it being the 3rd release from the band.
Yeah, that was kind of the whole
Very
thing about it.
intuitive.
Yeah.
I picked that up.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you picked up on that.
Like, oh, maybe it's his favorite number. I don't know. Like my favorite number's 4. Honestly, that's
4 is your favorite number.
Yeah, maybe you should name the next one 4 just for me. You know.
See,
like,
I
don't know
would,
what you were
but
planning
I'm
on,
not gonna
but-
do that. So
I know, that's fair. I mean, like, you don't have to listen to me. Like, you probably should, because I have a lot of good
maybe I
ideas.
will.
But
Maybe I will, but at the same time, I won't. Yeah.
oh, we're having fun. Okay, but yeah, no, it's kind of funny because, well, the first 3 songs on 3 are kind of they're it seems like they're kind of in between the style of the first album and the EP. It's kind of like
Yep.
jangly, but it's also kind of punk rock. But
Yeah.
then for the rest of the album, after the 4th track, You'll Never Know Anything About Me, very fun track.
Very fun.
It switches into this kind of electronic hip hop experimental mode. And so how did that switch occur? Like, you said you kind of knew what you wanted to do with each of the 3 albums. So
well, when I finished, or like when we released Empty Handed, I remember like at the time no one really cared, and I was kind of like in a rut. I was like, oh, no one cares about our band anymore. I'm not gonna do this anymore. Like, this isn't a thing. And so I was just like making stuff, but I was just making it for the shit of it, you know. And then I got really into the Garden, if you know who they are, like the Garden, Puzzle, Enjoy, those bands. And I realized like they were making shit that was like not really a genre, and I was like, that's pretty cool. And it was kind of like it had hip hop in it, it had electronic, it had rock and punk and all that. And I was like, what if we just made like something that just wasn't really a genre? It was just kind of whatever. And then I started writing 3 over the summer and recording it, and then it just came to be, you know.
So were the first 3 songs on that album just like before you decided you wanted to dive into the whole no genre thing?
So I wrote those, like Butter was the first song on 3 that I wrote it like way back, like a year ago basically. And then I like started writing all these 3 songs, but I was like, what if the way I track listed the album, it was like the first few songs are kind of like leftovers from the last thing we did, and then the rest of it's new stuff. And so that's just kind of like how it happened, you know.
Was it kind of difficult at all, like transitioning into like using the different like instrumentation, like any like do you have like synths and like electronic drums and stuff on those later songs?
Yeah, it was, well, I have this side thing. It's like a solo thing called Jeebus, and I make like instrumentals, like electronic instrumentals. So I was already kind of like getting into recording electronic stuff. So I already knew what I was doing. And so then I was just like, what if I just started putting vocals on top of them? And that was kind of just how it came to be.
Or how long had you been doing the instrumental project?
I started it in like December of 2020. So
have you released stuff from that?
Yeah, I just released an album like a few weeks ago.
Oh, word. I should have figured that out. I'll have to
done your
give that a
research.
I'm so stupid.
Do your research next time you interview us, bro.
I'll do better, I promise. Forgive me. But yeah, no, so I of course I love really honestly I need to listen to the entire Garden discography. Because I became a fan in the Mirror Might Steal Your Charm era, and I saw them touring on that at the Granada, and it was like there was like it wasn't a huge crowd, but like they still just like went in and like were just like leaping all over the stage and like just like popping off. And I think it was just the 2 of them still. Like I was expecting like, oh, they'll probably just put a whole band together for, you know, for a tour. I know they just write together, but like they like had such a presence that like they only needed the 2 of them. And I saw that you have like kind of a clothing brand project that you do called
Yes, I
Life is
do.
Unfair.
Life is unfair. Yeah, it's my
And
brand.
you did kind of I don't know, like I don't know if you printed it, but you posted like a garden bootleg.
Yeah, I do that like every few months with a bunch of albums I like. I'll just replace like the artist with Life is Unfair.
Yeah, and you'd also done Death Grips and Aphex Twin and
Mhm.
Discharge.
Yep.
You a big Discharge fan? Do you like?
I love Discharge. I just got into them like pretty recently, so they're pretty cool.
Yeah, we need to get you to a local hardcore punk show. I think you'd enjoy that.
Send me an invite and I'll be there in 5.
Hell yeah. No, yeah, there's some good ones coming up at 2232 and at Farewell. We also have of course your guys we haven't like done a full announcement, but it's on Facebook and whatever, but we'll have it soon. You guys are playing a Shuttlecock show with Stuck and Shy Boys in is it March or April? I should know this.
March. It's in
Yeah.
March, bro. March 23rd, I think.
I'm
Not
gonna
the
look at the
24th.
flyer right now. It is March 23rd, Doomsday, Stuck, Shy Boys at Farewell. Everyone should be there. It's gonna be great.
Everyone should be
Gonna be
there.
awesome.
Wear a pig mask and I'll give you free shit.
Ooh, okay, that's a interesting proposition. Maybe someone will take you up on that.
Someone should. That would be awesome. If I saw someone in a pig mask, I'd be like, holy shit, they listen to the podcast. Yeah, I will forget about it. I won't think about this forever.
You'll be like, what the fuck is that person doing? Like, what's
Why
their
are they
deal?
wearing a fucking pig mask? Look at them.
Do you guys have some like you guys have CDs and tapes of some of your releases? Do you have like t-shirts and anything else yet?
I've been thinking about making t-shirts like this year.
Oh, we need the Life is Unfair Doomsday X collab.
You don't know how many people have said that to me. Everyone's always like, you guys should collab. I'm like, it's me. I'm collabing with myself.
You should collab with yourself. Exactly.
I'm just gonna collab with myself, dude. This would be awesome.
That's man, I collab with myself all the time. Yeah, it's crazy.
Collab with yourself?
Wow.
Yeah. TMI there, yeah. I collab with myself too.
I don't know what you're talking about, but oh yeah, no, I also love I of course ordered 3 the CD on Bandcamp.
Oh, you ordered 3? Oh, great.
Yeah, I'm sure you had to print out the label and mail it to me, so you should have seen my name. You should have done your research. You should have known who's bought your fucking CD.
He turned it on me.
Let's go. But I have the it's backwards now on the webcam, but we have the insert.
Read it.
I will read it. We have I don't recognize any of these names at the top. Maybe you could tell me their importance. We have Logan Pearson.
That's like one of my best friends. He was just like there when I was recording a lot of stuff, and I just like send him stuff and be like, "Is this cool?" He'd be like, "Yeah." I'd like finish.
He's A&R. He's a vibes guy.
He's a vibes guy. He vibes hard.
Love a vibes guy.
Love a vibes guy.
I'm always trying to figure out if I'm more of a vibes guy or an ideas guy. I feel like I'm a little of both, but I don't know if that's really like if I can declare myself one or the other. I don't know.
That's called quirky. When you're both, you're quirky. You're an ideas guy and a
I don't know if I like that term. That's like Zoe Deschanel is quirky, and I don't know if I want to be in that category with her. Sid, what do you have to say? I'm missing something.
I said Zoe Deschanel is considered twee.
She's quite twee. She's except the problem is it's like maybe it's like what's up? Maybe it's like lingering misogyny that I've not unlearned yet, but like I can't like part of me really wants to dislike Zoe Deschanel. Like, and really I've only come in contact with her via New Girl. But the problem is New Girl is such a well-written show and it's fun to watch. And I'm like, oh, fucking here's Zoe Deschanel being a quirky girl, and
Quirky girl.
but she's a quirked up shoddy, you know, and it's like
Shoddy.
busting it down sexual style.
She got a little bit of swag on her.
A little bit of swag.
A little bit.
I'm so sorry about this tangent. New Girl's great. Zoe Deschanel's great. I don't want to be her, but I appreciate her. Caleb Richards.
Same thing as Logan, just
More
one of my
vibes.
really close friends. Yeah.
And same with Jayon Burton.
He was my roommate I was living with at the time I was recording a lot of 3 when I was living in Utah for a second, just a second.
Or yeah,
But,
what are you doing in Utah?
I just I'll tell you what I was doing in Utah. Nothing, because it fucking sucks.
You're
I
hanging out with
moved
some
there.
Mormons?
No, okay. I moved there because I went and visited my friend Jayon, and he was like, dude, you should move here. Because I was like, I kind of want to like move somewhere different. He's like, you should move here. It's like, okay. So I moved there, and it was shitty. Not because of Jayon, but it was just not my thing. It wasn't a cool place. I didn't really like it that much.
Then we have Olivia Stone,
Close friend.
close friend, and Peyton Barry.
He runs this like, it's not a record label, but it's like almost a record label sort of thing. And he's kind of like been promoting us since we started doing stuff. And so I was just like, I'll throw a thanks to him, you know?
Nice. What's his organization called?
It's called Death by Numbers, and I actually co-manage it with him now.
Nice. What kind of stuff do you guys work on for that?
He makes his own music, and then there's obviously Doomsday and Life's Unfair that he posts on that. And there's a bunch of other people in the collective, and they either do music or some sort of art, you know? It's just kind of like that, you know? It's like a collective of people who do art.
Nice. And then, of course, we have MC Ride, very influential, important Death Grips man. I'm like, it's funny because like part of what made Death Grips so cool and exciting was just like how mysterious they were as a band. And like part of me is like I even did some like Googling recently. I was like on YouTube and shit, like trying to find like recent, because there had been like 1 or 2 interviews maybe like
Yeah, they haven't done a lot
with
of interviews.
MC Ride like went right when they like kind of popped off. But like I just kind of figured by now that he would be a more accessible person, like he would like kind of peel the curtain back a little bit, but it seems that he has not done that at all.
He's a secret,
And
man.
maybe he's even retreated further into his mysteriousness.
Mysterious is
and like
secrecy is sexy.
What's that?
Secrecy is sexy. That's what I like to say about.
No, yeah, we all love to say that. It's very true.
Everyone says that. Yeah,
everyone says it. They're saying it more and more.
every single day.
And then, of course, we have a garden shout out, and then your mom. Shout out to your mom.
Shout out to my mom. She's the best mom in the entire world.
Does she also do you also send her the music and she gives you a vibe check and some feedback and stuff?
Yeah, I'll like go downstairs and I'll be like, Mom, what does this sound like? She's like, it sounds like this, but it's super good. And I'm like, okay. But if she would have said it was bad, I probably would have still released it because it's my mom.
Because you don't value her opinions that much.
No, I don't. Anything my mom says to me, it goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, and that's what being a punk rocker is all about. It's about not caring what your mom says.
Yeah, fuck you, Mom. Fuck you, Mom.
But we love you.
Right now.
But
we love you.
great.
I love you. We love you, Colleen.
But yeah, so what is next for Doomsday? I'm sure you're writing more material right now. Do you have some other shows lined up? Just tell me all about what's been happening lately.
So yeah, we got a bunch of shows this year, and I'd imagine we'll get more as the year goes on. So that's a thing. And
you have a replay gig also besides the farewell show?
We got a replay gig right after, like the day after the farewell show. But yeah, we I'm gonna release some cassettes for 3 soon, so that's something to look out for. We got a new EP coming out. I don't know when it's finished. I just don't know when I want to release it. So that's that. And teaser, yeah. And we got a single and a music video dropping March 16th. But you guys are the first people to know that.
Ooh, very exciting. Shuttlecock exclusive. Yeah. Drop the bomb.
I dropped the bomb.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Oh yeah. So are you doing further experimental electronic synth hip hop stuff on this new EP? Like, what? Give us a taste of the sound. What's happening on it?
So the best way I can like sum it up is like it sounds a lot like Puzzle's new stuff mixed with like kind of like Death Gripsy kind of stuff, you know, because it's still in like the electronic experimental like hip hoppy sort of thing, but it's just a little different. Like it's a little more different than 3.
Are you getting some cryptic bars off? Is that what's gonna happen?
Well, I can't even write. The thing about me and writing lyrics is I can never be cryptic. Actually, no.
No, you're fairly direct in most of your songs. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, but like they're not cryptic to me because I know what they're about, but like to some people they might be like, I don't know what this is about. But like there is one song that has like a very specific situation that I'm hoping when the people who are in that situation listen to that song, they're like, oh, he's talking about this, because I was directly talking about that situation.
So is it some fucking haters?
Yeah, dude, some fucking haters on Doomsday,
we
dude. They fucking don't like us.
The haters.
They don't fucking like us. Well, we don't like them back.
Yeah, fuck all the haters right now.
Fuck all the haters. 2022. I don't like Phoebe Bridges either.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's a Phoebe Bridgers diss song. Is that what you're saying? Is
the whole EP is how much I hate Phoebe Bridgers.
Oh my god.
All I'll say is her best song is a remix. All I'll say about Phoebe Bridgers is her best song is a remix. So that's all I have to say about her.
Which
I just did, and everyone's gonna get so mad at me, but I don't care.
Which remix is this?
The Kyoto remix.
Who did the remix?
It's by the Marias, the Kyoto remix.
Oh, okay. Word.
Like her best song is pretty
I'll
good.
have to check that one out.
But we don't share the same opinion about Phoebe Bridgers. Brendan's actually a hater.
I'm a hater. Yeah.
We have a Phoebe stan over here.
Phoebe stan.
I'm not a stan. I'm not a stan.
No, that's good. I hate it. Standom is a terrible thing that is plaguing music in the 2020s.
Yeah. I thought she was a fraud until I like actually listened to her stuff.
Yeah. I will say, like, Motion Sickness is still my favorite song of hers. It feels basic because it's like the first song on her debut LP, and it's like the first single. It has the iconic music video, but the thing is, it's like her only mid-paced song. Everything else is slow as hell, and unless you're like depressed as shit, which I guess most of her fans are, like I want more. The mid-paced Phoebe is so good to me. Like it has like you get more. That song has almost like some country twang to it. Like I want more of that.
I think there's some more of that on her new album. Some more like little.
Do I need to listen to Punisher a couple more times?
Well, Kyoto is pretty. It's a little upbeat.
Okay, I should
not just the remix, but you should listen to that remix. It's like amazing.
Word. You are now listening to the Phoebe Bridgers Hour on the Shuttlecock podcast. Sid, do you have any Phoebe Bridgers thoughts you'd like to share? Pass the mic.
My thoughts on Phoebe Bridgers is that we should do a Doomsday Phoebe Bridgers collab.
Ooh, there we go.
Like the type of music that's on 3, but with like Phoebe Bridgers playing guitar.
But Brenden won't be involved.
I couldn't be
no, Brendan's on drum pad playing effects.
But like, you'll be recording in a different room. You won't like because
you're not you're not involved.
So you and Phoebe aren't like throwing hands.
You don't get to see her.
I don't want to.
This is gonna be so terrible for your career, Brennan. I'm really sorry.
Hey man, if you have hot takes, people listen. So maybe I'll get like the attention of every single TikTok user and then they'll be on our shit. But we just have bad opinions apparently.
That's the thing. That's how I started that's how I got attention on my blog at first. I was just like tweeting dumbass shit and like
Shit posting.
I was shit posting about local bands I thought were like too popular for how popular they were. And I've like some of them have gotten better, some of them haven't. I probably owe a few people some apologies at some point. I just haven't it's kind of like I feel it's like, have they forgotten completely? Probably not. But like, do I want to bring it up right now? Like, I don't really feel like it.
You should still bring it up though. Like you should like.
I feel like I'll do it in person. Like if I
Yeah.
bump into like, because that like I think you learn if you're talking about anything too spicy, like via text or Twitter, like it just turns into screenshots and people like
You
fucking
can't do anything.
like
these
vague
days.
posting about you, and it's no good. So
They send it in the
cool.
Snapchat group chat. Everyone
Not
gets
the Snapchat group chat. Oh my
You would leave the group chat.
I'm in so many Snapchat group chats.
Aren't we
I'm
all?
no, I'm not.
Shuttlecock Mag has left the group chat. It's
No,
like, dude, don't even invite him back.
I'm too annoying to be in any group chats. Actually, I don't have Snapchat either. But
He
yeah.
does.
But yeah, no, give us all the Doomsday plugs. Where can people find you on social media? Where can they listen to your music? Where can they buy your music? Where can they see you play?
So my voice cracked. So you can find all of our music on doomsday.bandcamp.com. And you can also find our merch there because that's where we put all our merch, like CDs and shirts eventually. And our Instagram is at Doomsday Band, pretty simple. And we have a Twitter. It's Day Dunes because that's my like personal Twitter name. It was Shy Brenden, so I was like, I'll just make it backwards. And so that's our Twitter. And then you can buy our music on iTunes if you're fucking old, but you know you can also stream it on every streaming service.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
not.
imagine getting an iTunes gift card and you buy Doomsday.
That would be so chill. You're not boycotting Spotify with Neil Young?
Actually, no, we are not.
No, yeah, he's on some boomer shit right now.
Spotify pays the bills up in this house.
Yeah, no, I assume that you've purchased this house with all your Spotify money.
Oh yeah, this whole room I actually purchased with all the Doomsday money. I actually have a G-Wagon in the front driveway too. That was Doomsday money too.
Hell yeah. Amazing.
Amazing.
But yes, also make sure everyone to catch the show on March 23rd with Stuck from Chicago and Shy Boys, our beloved local indie rockers now with synthesizers at Farewell. That'll be a great show. But yeah, no, people can also follow at Shuttlecock Mag on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, not on Snapchat. Shuttlecockmusic.com is the website. Shuttlecockmag.bigcartel.com is the web store. Got t-shirts. Oh, I need to post the t-shirts. I have new t-shirts to post. I need to take pictures of them. Then we got the magazines, the photozines, the buttons, the stickers. You can purchase them all on there. They're great and awesome. And just look out for all the gigs and stuff. It's going to be a fun little spring, I think. February is, I think, really slow because like I think all the booking for February stopped like last year when Omicron first popped up. So February is like almost completely blank. But then everyone was like, oh, it'll be good by March. So everything's happening in March. So that'll be cool. Oh, I also needed to note, Brenden, I think you need to like replace the battery in your smoke detector.
Yep, we talked about this right before we got on this. I know.
Are you out of batteries, or did you just want
I'm not out of batteries.
You just wanted to bother
all
everyone who's listening to this. Like you got Sid's pretty tall, right? Like
Sid's not tall enough to reach that. That's like a whole.
You can get on a chair. You can spot someone. I don't know. Like
I'm gonna leave you with that beeping.
You're gonna leave me with the beeping? She's leaving me with the beeping. You hear this shit? She's leaving me with the beeping.
Oh my
My
God.
own band member leaves me with my fucking beeping. See, there it is. Yeah, there it is.
There we go. And on that, we say farewell. Thank you guys for being on the pod today, and
Thanks for having us.
it was a lot of fun. And I'm gonna hit the stop recording button, and then the robot voice is gonna tell us we're not recording.
Be like,